5.7. Equations and inequalities with rational numbers. Okay? Equations and inequalities with rational numbers. How do I solve negative 5, 6x plus 1/2 equals 3/4? What do I need to do?
You have to subtract.
Okay, subtract 1/2. Okay? Subtract 1/2 from both sides. And you get negative 5, 6x equals 3/4 minus what? How do I change that into a common denominator? 2 over 4. So I get negative 5, 6x equals 1/4. Now how do I get rid of the negative 5, 6?
You flip it.
Flip and multiply. Flip and multiply. So then you get x equals negative 6 over 20. What do I do with that?
2 equals 3 over 10.
So negative 3/10 is my solution, yes? Okay. So you can do that when there's an equal sign. We're going to do one more where there's an equal sign. Then we're going to talk about putting it into inequality form today, where there's a less than or a greater than, all that fun stuff. Okay. How do I solve 3/8 x minus 2/3 equals 7/12? Add 2/3. 3/8 x equals 7/12 plus what? 8/12, because I have to multiply by 4. So I get 3/8 x equals, what's 7 plus 8?
15 over 12.
15/12. How do I get rid of 3/8? You flip it.
Flip it and
Flip it.
So you get x equals, 15 and 3 can reduce, yes?
It's too much.
Yes,
5.
5.
And 8 and 12 can reduce to
4 and sorry.
No.
2 and
3 and 2.
3 and 2, beautiful. So 5 times 2 is
10.
10, so it's 10/3. 10/3 equals what
3,
next
3,
number?
1, and 1/3. 3, 1, and 1/3.
Yeah? Okay, good. Now, decimals. This you might need a calculator for.
Decimal.
Yeah.
Can I take a picture?
Right.
In a minute.
I'm gonna take a picture. I forgot to take the picture.
Okay, how do I solve decimals? What do I do first from here?
Oh,
I know.
What? Subtract what?
5.14.
Okay, subtract 5.14. So this is why I'm saying do this in your calculator. Take 2.3 minus 5.14.
It's negative 2.8.
Negative 2.84.
You good?
Okay. Negative 2.84.
That's good over.
Now that equals 0.8 m. What do I do from there?
You go to divide 0.8.
Divide by 0.8.
You know what I mean.
And m equals what? What's negative 2.84 divided by 0.8?
Negative 5.
Can you repeat that?
What is negative 2.84 divided by 0.8?
It's negative
3.55.
negative 3.50.
How do you go up and up? Oh, never mind.
Because when you divide by a decimal, it's like multiplying by the fraction, by the reciprocal. Stop, Emmanuel, now.
Thank you.
Okay, here we go. A sign in a clothing store says, and girls, you should get used to this and you should be able to do this math in your head so that people can't rip you off at a store when they do it wrong.
Some person tried to do that to me, and I was like, no, that's wrong.
Bruh.
Okay.
Somebody tried to.
A sign in a clothing store says to take 1/3 off of the marked price of a shirt. You have $20 in cash and a $5 gift card. Thank you. What are the original prices of the shirts you can afford to buy?
Well, first you would have to.
Do you add up the money that you have?
Okay, so you have a total of $25 that you can purchase
And
something
then
with.
don't you divide that by, because 1/3 a repeating decimal, so.
Okay, so here's the deal. We're going to set up an inequality for this because I have a total of $25 I can spend. Do I have to spend $25?
No.
No. So I have a range of what I can purchase. I can purchase anything $25 or
Less.
less.
So
So-
would it be 25 is less than or equal to,
How about our equation is less than or equal to 25? Okay? Like what I'm going to spend is less than or equal to $25. Okay? Now, you know what?
Has math changed?
No.
I mean, it's improved, but.
Cause my mom complains that this is not math.
It is. It's not different than when your parents were. It's a little, like, you can do a little bit more advanced stuff now, but it's not different. Depends how far they went in math, but it's not different.
Depends how old they are.
Okay, so, from here,
That's
okay, I need you to focus with me. I need you to focus. Okay, so think this through. Think this through. Let's say, how much money are you taking off? A third of the price of a shirt. Do we know how much any of the shirts are?
No.
So how can I represent that? Okay, an X, and what has to go in front of that X? 1/3. So I have to have a 1/3 in front of that X. That's how I can start to create this equation. I have to have 1/3 in front of that X because I'm taking whatever the price of that shirt is, I'm multiplying it by a third because I'm taking that away from it. Okay?
Okay.
Now, let's think about this. The original price was what? Do we know what the original price is? No, but we know the original price is what?
Less than
Variable.
25 or equal to 25.
No. The original price, this is what we're taking off, right? 1/3 X. So the original price is what?
3/3.
Lori, stop it.
1/3 of 25.
Stop thinking about the thirds. Listen. 1/3 of X is what we're taking away from the original price of the shirt.
So it's one. It's just one.
It's just like 1. So what we're going to represent it with is just like 1X. So if I take X minus 1/3 X, that has to be less than or equal to 25. Do you see how I got that equation?
Kind
So
of.
my shirt cost, we don't know. I know that whatever my shirt is, I'm taking away 1/3 of the cost of that shirt. That has to total less than or equal to $25. Okay? That's not clear in how you come up with that here because you have X as a variable twice in this. Okay? Because you have to say this is my original price of my shirt minus the 1/3 of the shirt is less than or equal to 25. So you have to think that through a little bit. Okay? What is X minus 1/3 X?
X minus what? 1 minus 1/3. That's 2/3.
That's 2/3. So you
Hey,
get 2/3 X is less than or equal to 25. How do you solve from there?
ooh, you multiply 2/3 X by 3 is 2,
Yeah, 3
and
twos.
then yeah,
3
same
seconds.
with the 25.
Okay. So then this would give you X has to be less than or equal to what is
25 over
2?
1.
75 over 2, right? 25 times 3.
Wait, but I thought you don't have to change the
We're gonna
denominator.
we're gonna change it in a minute.
I thought it was 70. Alright.
It is 75 divided by 2. What is 75 divided by 2?
3/7.5.
So X has to be less than $37.50. So you can buy any shirt that is in the price range of less than or equal to $37.50.
But we have to think about taxes.
What? That's,
They didn't put that in
the
there.
what?
No.
Let's say taxes. Let's say taxes included, Emma. Like in Pennsylvania, there's no tax on clothing.
I've been to
I moved
I'm
out.
from Pennsylvania.
Tops.
I went to Pennsylvania.
Florida.
My mom,
I know.
my mom from Pennsylvania. My mama, my whole mom's side.
Okay,
You got that
let's
Frenchie?
do another inequality and then we will do homework. Okay,
Okay.
how do I solve this inequality that's already set up for us? Negative 3/4 M minus 1/8 is less than or equal to negative 1/4. What do you do first, Emma?
Do you add the one?
Yes, let's add 1/8 to both sides. So I have negative 3/4 M is less than or equal to negative 1/4 plus, oh, I'm sorry. How do I change 1/4? That's what I have to change, right? 2/8. So Then I get negative 3/4 m is less than or equal to what? How about
-1.
Negative 1/8.
Good. Now what do I do from there?
Flip.
You
Flip and
Multiply.
You flip and dip.
so multiply by negative 4/3, right? What happens with inequalities when I multiply or divide by a negative?
It comes to a
It comes to a
positive.
positive.
What happens with inequalities?
With
No, no,
any
no.
quantities or any?
No,
quantity?
listen. You're right. The other side's going to become negative. It's going to become positive because it's a negative times a negative. What happens to this when I multiply or divide?
It flips. I would love to
So
take
m
a-
is greater than or equal to what? What is m greater than or equal to? This can reduce.
Yeah,
Four.
That's that's
One and
Shalabo
two.
Shu.
1,
That's
1 over.
6.
1 over
yeah.
Do not forget to flip your signs. If you divide by a negative on the inequality ones, it's not like equals where not equal signs don't change, right? When it's inequalities, they change. So make a note of that. Like if you have to write that down on your homework before you do it, do that, okay? This is what you're working on. You are more than capable of doing this. This is very good.
Oh.